Hi everyone, I thought it would be nice to introduce myself before I begin my presentation. My name's Fallon and this is my first semester studying communication design at Swinburne Online. I currently work full-time for Aesop Cosmetics in the product labelling department. Prior to my studies with Swinburne, I completed a Bachelor of Arts at La Trobe with majors in English literature and the French language as well. Reading and writing are passions of mine that I love to do outside of school and work. And also anything creative that I can get stuck into, whether it be short filmmaking or helping friends design logos or anything that I can do to sort of expand my creative portfolio, I guess. So I will get started on talking you through my assignments so far and my direction, and I hope you enjoy. Week 1 sketches was a real challenge for me, but in a really good way. I found that working on replicating the artists was a great exercise in learning different styles of line drawing. I probably preferred trying to replicate Rembrandt and Egon Schiele. I found them easier, maybe with the style of their line drawings. The object drawings was a little bit more difficult for me. I tend to struggle, I think, with finding the perspective of a still object, especially if it's rounded or curved. And I tend to be a little bit more stylistic, but I found that was a good thing because everyone has their own style and I've clearly got my own. For week 2 tracing, I was actually in North Queensland for this exercise, so I built a makeshift light box out of a glass coffee table and a lamp underneath. Probably the most challenging part was working with the large blocked out areas and the intricate lines, just making sure you stay faithful to the original piece that you're copying. I was initially apprehensive about model making, but I surprised myself by simply following the instructions, the written instructions, and watching the demonstration video. My finishes probably weren't the neatest, but I was really happy I made a standing structure that looked exactly like the original. I was really excited to work with collage in week 4 and create individual stories about items around my house, play with lighting and textures in the background as well. I wasn't sure whether I would have enough ideas to create all of the compositions that I did, but I found that the more I did, the more ideas came to my mind. I found that for my more successful pictures, I loved playing with asymmetry and balance, as well as scale that created shadow and tension as well. I found that to be really interesting. Working with cropping and framing was so much fun. As I mentioned before, I come from a background in literature where interpretation is key to breaking down text. I felt the same thing with the cropping frames in that I was able to reinterpret an entire image, focus on detail, engage with the texture, alter the meaning, and turn a flaw into a feature. Mark making was a lot of fun. I used a lot of things around my house to help me brainstorm, just a collection of things that I thought represented me. I did a lot of development with self-portraiture and added as many aspects of my interests and identity as I could for my final mark, which I was really pleased with. For the anti-design project, I did a lot of brainstorming about taking everyday items and reimagining them and trying to repurpose them. I went with the wine glass breathalyzer, an inherently flawed design idea, as it would be highly impractical, but also I could imagine it being utilised by the TAC or road safety campaigners as a way to combat drink driving. So I was really pleased with my final outcome for that one. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I can't wait to see everyone else's and see how everyone else's projects went. I'm looking forward to Project 4 and seeing what everybody does for their animation. Thanks again. Bye.